Is that song just in my mind, or do you hear it too?
I hear it too.
I don't know why, but it reminds me of the afternoon that Dad left for Europe.
The last time that we were all together. Do you remember what Mother said? She was right.
When you're all together, it's the happiest time in the world.
It was as if she meant us to remember.
Well, I don't think it ever occurred to any of us that Dad had any intention of dying before he was good and ready.
I think it occurred to Anne. I think something happened that afternoon that made her suspect.
Well, the way I remember it, Anne was busy taking the review exam for the school board. And remember, she was so late coming home, and
That's right.
Dad was worried he might have to get to see her.
Yeah, she was waiting for the examiner to grade her paper so she could have something to show Dad. Well, before he left.
Oh, and then the misunderstanding with Dad. I mean, Anne felt awful. She really took it to heart.
I think Dad felt even worse.
You could tell. I mean, that afternoon we put on the show for Dad, the big send-off.
That's right.
Well, he laughed and acted as though he thought it was wonderful, but you could tell.
He kept watching for Anne.
And it was his favorite show, too. Our imitation of him and Mother.
I still know it by heart.
Yes, you were always Dad, and I always took the role of Mother.
Remember? Well, ladies and gentlemen, our first guest this afternoon is Dr. Lillian Moore Gilbreth.
Hello! Oh, why, Charlotte, it's so nice of you to come. Why, Grace, I like your new hat. Oh, Jenny, you've bobbed your hair. Now, I'm not going to make any speeches, but I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Now, tell us, Miss Gilbreth. Did you really want such a large family? And if so, well, why?
Any other questions?
Ha! Who really wears the pants in your household?
Oh, any other questions?
Thank you, Miss Gilbreth, for your enlightening answers.
And now, our next speaker will be Frank Bunker Gilbreth. Oh, now, don't be frightened now, please. Ladies and gentlemen, stay in your seats. He's promised to limit himself to 2 hours and not to mention one best way to do work more than twice in the same sentence.
And now, for the sake of convenience, I've divided my speech into 30 main headings and 117 subheadings. Well, I commence with the first main heading.
Oh, Mr. Gilbreth, the superintendent is here from the factory, and he needs your advice at once.
Well, we'll be right over. Come on.
Here, come on. Okay.
3 seconds. Now, are you all reasonably sanitary? Is everybody dry?
Yes.
All right, follow me.
Mr. Gilbreth, I'm the superintendent of this factory.
You call this a factory?
Christmas, look what followed you in. Are those your children, or is it a picnic?
Oh, they're my children, but it is no picnic.
You see, these are my little Bolivians. Bolivians come cheaper by the dozen. Do you think I should keep them all?
I think you should keep them all home.
Jackie, get your hands out of your mouth and explain to the superintendent what is so inefficient about the drill press.
That ain't the drill press? Huh?
Oh, precisely. And Lillian, explain in more simple language.
The position of the hand lever is such that there's waste motion, both after transport loaded and transport empty. The work plan of the operator is at a fatiguing level.
Heavens, Mr. Gilbreth, tell your children to stop climbing over my machinery.
Oh, they won't get hurt. They're all trained engineers. You know, I trained them myself.
Oh, look at that little Bolivian squatting over my buzzsaw. I can't watch him any longer. Don't let him squat any lower.
Oh, why? The little rascal thinks it's a bicycle. Just let him be. Children have to learn by doing.
Oh, I lose more children in factories. Now the rest of you, keep away from that buzzsaw, you hear?
And somebody take note of that so we'll know how many places are set for supper. Good day, sir.
It's your turn now.
Do your one-man minstrel show?
No, let's Wait till Anne gets back.
What if she doesn't get back in time?
Oh, she will.
Maybe she's having trouble with the exam.
Miss Brill probably saw to that.
Yes.
Nonsense. And if she is having any trouble, it's just because they don't know how to put together a proper test. Some teachers just don't know their business.
Aren't you gonna do any minstrel show for us?
Now your father has all sorts of last-minute things to tend to.
Please, just do with little daddy.
We won't be seeing you for a long time.
You always do that part in the show.
I just don't much feel like it.
Oh, Anne, you better explain things to Dad.
Oh, hello, Dad. I didn't mean to be late.
How'd you do?
Did you show that Miss Brill and her school board?
I haven't finished marking my paper. I tried to explain I was in a hurry.
I'm sure you did fine. It's just you took so long. I was beginning to get worried.
It was a hard exam, Dad, but I did my best, my really best.
I'm sure you did. You all ready?
For what?
Mr. Bones! Mr. Bones!
Yeah, Dad.
Does you know how they gets the water in the watermelon? No?
That was silly.
How does they gets the water in the watermelon? Why, they plants them in the spray.
More, Dad.
Does you know Isabel? Isabel? Show Isabel. Why, Isabel necessary on a bicycle?
I set a snack out for you. There's no decent food on trains, and there's ice cream and cookies for the rest of you.
Oh, ice cream.
I don't know about that. When it comes to ice cream, you're right on the job. But when it comes to a project, you're slow as molasses.
Hey, Dad. Please?
What do you say, boss?
Well, did you say molasses, Mr. Poe? Well, I ain't had no lasses. Come along, children.
I'm glad you finished up and got home.
Oh, I would have been home in time.
You know, I'll bet you made them feel foolish for insisting on a review examination.
Well, I don't know.
Of course you did. All you had to do was get the foolishness out of your mind so you could do your best.
Dad, I did my best. I just haven't got the foolishness out of my mind.
Anne,
Oh, Dad.
She's been studying herself sick.
I just can't help it.
I can't understand why you haven't more sense.
Dad,
I'm glad I'm not the oldest. By the time he gets to us, things will be taken for granted.
I just don't see why he cares so much.
Sometimes it seems like he's the strictest father in town.
Oh, were there any calls for me or anything?
Larry.
Did he say anything?
Yes, well,
Did you say anything?
a little. I helped your cause.
How?
Well, I didn't let him think you'd just been spending all your time studying for some exam. That's so drab. So, I gave him something more colorful to think about.
What?
All your other dates you've been having.
No!
See, I'm not so dumb.
Well, the next time Motorcycle Matt calls, just keep your brilliance to yourself.
What's the matter?
Oh, smart. Now he's gonna think. Just forget it.
Can't help it if neither of you understands men.
Understand men. Oh, just watch how I handle Mac.
He won't even slow down.
He better.
What do you mean?
Well, you know where he swings in with the motorcycle? Well, this is the last time he swings. You gave me the idea.
What idea?
Nails and broken glass.
I was joking!
Oh, you better warn him.
Oh, no.
I think he missed.
Oh. Got him!
Oh my goodness.
My gosh. Oh, I can't look.
Golly.
It's Larry!
What? Oh, no. Well, what's Larry doing on Mac's motorcycle?
Poor guy.
Oh, well, I didn't mean
That
it for it
wasn't
to be
supposed
Larry.
to happen.
Whose idea was this?
It was Anne's idea.
No, it wasn't!
Not enough to give me a runaround. Now you're trying to kill me?
Kill you?
No, it's not like that at all.
Really?
People get put in jail for things like this.
You're not gonna put me in jail.
Well, no.
You can if you want to.
Why would I want you in jail? Even if you are running around with college boys while I thought you were studying. Even if you have accepted 3 fraternity pins at the same time.
Well, my ice cream's probably melting soap. You'll excuse me.
I still don't see why you put nails in the drive.
I didn't. I might have suggested the idea once as a joke, but I didn't think
Oh,
we were gonna actually do.
my ice cream is probably melting too.
I thought you were so different.
I am different.
I used to think so. I used to think you were sincere and knew about lots of things. I borrowed that motorcycle. I better go see how much damage was done.
Well, can I help?
You've done enough.
Aren't you gonna have any ice cream, dear?
I don't have much of an appetite.
Are you worried about the test?
The test and just everything.
Well, that boy? Anything else?
Dad,
Dad, why are you worried about Dad?
we used to understand each other so well. Now it just seems like we don't understand each other at all.
Well, he does try to do so much. Sometimes he gets impatient.
I know, I just don't see why he's in such a hurry for us. I mean, why doesn't he want us spending time with boys and things like that? It just seems like we have to make every minute count.
Well, he might have a reason.
What, Mother?
He might want to get as many of his dozen through school as possible. You especially. You're the oldest.
But we'll all get through school, so why the hurry?
Well, Dad's along in his 50s.
Dad's young.
People get things wrong with them. Awful things. Like heart trouble.
Is that why Dr. Burton's always coming over?
It's nothing for you to get
Mother,
excited
does Dad have heart trouble?
You see,
Does he?
You're so
Mother.
eager to grow up. Of course he wants you all getting ahead as fast as possible. Of course he wants everything efficient and organized.
Mother,
Well, you're thinking it's much worse than it is.
it wouldn't have been such a trouble if I would have known.
It isn't that.
Boss, I forgot to put up the cross-section graph.
I can show them all later.
Well, what is it, Dad?
1,000 lines long and 1,000 lines wide. That makes exactly 1,000,000 little squares.
1,000,000.
You hear a lot about big numbers these days, but not many people know just how big 1,000,000 really is. You're gonna see it every day.
Do you have $1,000,000, Daddy?
No, I have 1,000,000 children instead. Somewhere along the line, a man has to choose between the two.
Well, I can put it up later, Dad. I'll explain what it means.
Later this afternoon. Jackie, go in and eat your ice cream before it melts some.
Okay.
Boss, come up upstairs with me while I say goodbye to the babies.
Well, what kind of toys are you going to bring for them, Mr. Piper? Slide rules?
Why, Mrs. Piper, what an excellent suggestion.
Just a tire in the bent mudguard. It could be much worse.
What?
The motorcycle.
Oh.
It costs money, you know.
Well, maybe Ern and I can pay for it, gradually.
Oh, it was pretty old and beat up anyway.
But whatever it costs.
Anne,
Yes?
how come you spend all your time with college boys when you're supposed to be studying? I didn't think you were that kind of girl.
I'm not.
You don't have to pretend with me.
I'm not pretending with you. I wouldn't pretend with you. Well, I don't think people should pretend with people.
I don't either.
Well, Larry, Dad's leaving and all, and I better see if I can help with things.
Sure, I'll get along. But you don't really have 3 fraternity pins. I mean, I wouldn't think that your dad would be okay with something like
Of
that.
course not. I don't have time for things like that.
What do you mean?
I mean, sometimes people have to push ahead with important things. Sometimes there are reasons.
Going to a dance with me? That wouldn't be important?
You just don't understand. I didn't understand myself.
What?
Reasons. There's just so much I'll have to do. I won't have much time.
You won't go?
You mean you're asking?
Yes.
It wouldn't be right. I mean, with Dad away and all, things have to be pushed along.
Well, I guess I'd better get along then.
I suppose you had.
Don't you answer the doorbell anymore.
Sorry, Dad, I didn't hear it.
Oh, you weren't listening.
Hello, Mr. Gilbreth.
I thought you wanted to go to a dance.
I do, but it's my responsibility.
Sounds
when
like
you're
I
away.
have an eldest daughter. Just about grown up. You know, I wonder.
Maybe I can go.
Good Good heavens! Good afternoon.
Who is it? Oh.
Won't you have a seat?
I understand you're leaving, so I'll be brief.
Well, did you mark my paper?
Superintendent marked it himself.
Okay, yes.
Wasn't my idea to come here.
About what?
The examination.
Please, did I pass?
Let's have it. I catch a train in a few minutes.
It's obvious to me that she cheated again.
Miss Brill!
You know I didn't. You watched me the entire time.
I don't claim to know how.
Get to the point. I'm in a hurry.
Well, that's why I was sent right over.
Oh, so?
She may be able to fool other people, but she can't fool me.
What was my mark?
I'm getting to it.
Did she pass?
Yes.
Well, was it a good paper?
Yes.
Was there anything wrong with her paper?
No.
So there's no more question about when she graduates?
Well, that's what I was told to tell you. You are to graduate at the end of the semester.
By jingo, I knew it!
Hey, that's swell.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
Thank you, Miss Prill.
How much is 19 times 36?
Really?
19 times 36.
I'm not taking a test. Good day.
It's 684.
Anne, I'm so glad.
Well, I was worried.
Nonsense. Your sister did wonderfully.
Oh, snake hips!
I knew she would.
Insisted she take the exam. Forced it on her.
Well, you know I didn't really cheat that first time, Dad.
I know. Martin Ernestine already explained.
Anne, I have to get on home.
Well, I'm glad you came over.
And about the dance?
What I was starting to say before I was interrupted by Miss Brill. It seems to me you're beginning to grow up.
Oh, she is. More than you think.
And when a girl begins to grow up, it doesn't hurt if she goes to a few dances.
You mean it's all right? Oh, I won't let it interfere with my studies or anything, Dad, honestly.
Easy now, I believe you.
I hope you have a nice trip. And don't worry about Anne going to the dance or anything.
You bet I won't. I'm sending Bill right along with you.
Sure thing. It's really something the way you've taught them.
Would you like to learn how to multiply 2-digit numbers in your head?
Never mind, Jackie.
Goodbye. Be seeing you.
Oh, well, it's late. I've had Frank put your bags in the car.
Good. By jingo. Ten seconds. That's very good. I have to hurry.
Daddy!
No need for any last-minute nonsense now. You all know your jobs and responsibilities. My last official act before leaving is to nominate your mother for chairman of the family council. All those in favor?
Aye.
She's now your new chairman.
But Dad, do you really have to go right now?
Maybe your father has to hurry.
Well, Dad, there is still one thing I don't understand.
Just one?
Well, I think I know why you want us to get ahead in school and all. But everything you do to save time for everyone. Well, the thing I don't understand is, what are you saving time for?
Well, for work. If you love that best. For education. Or for beauty. Or art. For mumbly peg. If that's where your heart lies. It's for where your heart lies. That's what you save time for.
Right now is the happiest time in the world.
No waving goodbye nonsense now. You all know what you have to do. But by jingo, behave yourselves.
Fred, get your mother a chair and all of you arrange yourselves for a meeting. Mother? Mr. Chairman? Mr. Chairman?
Mother?
Like all families, we have to get along with the business before us. I now call this family council to order.